Hello, we're in, well, just on the outskirts of Eastbourne today. This is the Seven Sisters National Park. Beautiful part of the country. Country park. Yeah. So I haven't done a video about Brexit for a while. It's still been forefront in my mind, you know. I still keep up to date with what's going on, but you know, I don't want this to be the Brexit channel. There's a lot of people out there that do a much better job than I do on that topic, and you know, there's a lot of subjects that I want to discuss. So I only really want to do a video on Brexit when there's something that I really feel like I want to talk about, and I kind of feel like on the economical front I can't really add much more than what I've already said. I mean, to be honest, anyone that still thinks that Brexit is economically better for this country is just delusional, you know. There's not much more I can say on that subject. I've talked about Northern Ireland. I think the UK splitting up is inevitable. It's sad, but yeah, it's economics wise I can't add anything more, you know. There's nothing more I can say about it. And the funny thing is, when I still do talk about it, this is I have to say this, there's some funny arguments. I still get people, one of the things I hear now is, oh, see, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. They should have put that on the bus, shouldn't they? Vote for Brexit. It won't be as bad as you think it's going to be. You know? So I'm just exhausted. I can't go any further with that argument. But one thing I did want to talk about, really, which I haven't talked about before, is just how I feel about being British now and what I feel about my country. And in a way, obviously, the economics of Brexit and the loss of freedom of movement and so many things is absolutely tragic. But one of the things that actually kind of upsets me the most is just the fact that I used to be proud to be British. I used to be proud of this country. I used to think that we were a voice in the world and act in the world and actually, you know, had something to say and had some input in the world, especially when it comes to the EU and climate change and stuff like that, and we just don't anymore. And that's one of the saddest things about Brexit, is I'm not proud to be British anymore, and I can't stand the way this country is going. It's not a country that I like anymore. We've turned into a bigoted nation that think we're better than the EU and think that we deserve to have all the rights that EU citizens and EU businesses have, but with none of the cons and not having to pay for it, and just think we can come out of the EU, not pay a penny and still have all the exact rights that we had before. Just this, you know, just a horrible belief that because we're British, you know, you can't treat us the same as another third country like Turkey or something. We're British, so we should have all the rights. I hate it. Arrogance. We're a country that bomb countries like Syria and then complain about Syrian refugees wanting to escape and come to this country. We're a country that hates immigrants. I just hate where this country has gone, and the catalyst and the star was Brexit, and it's just gone downhill from there. We're constantly voting in right-wing governments all the time, and I don't see where it's going to end. You know, and I see it slipping away over the years. You know, I do a slightly different job before, but a few years back in my town, Brighton, I used to do a lot of removals. So I used to, you know, get a big slice of my city and who lived in my city and the sort of people, and I loved the fact that it was so diverse. Everyone from every different corner of Europe lived in Brighton. I'd do a job and I'd speak to Spanish people and I'd learn more about where they've come from and the cities that they lived in. The next day I'd speak to some Portuguese people, I'd speak to some French people, and I'd learn more about where they're from and what they're doing. And when I was coming to the end of doing that job, it was more and more slipping away, the negativity. When I first started, they were so happy to be here, they loved this country, and then after Brexit, they're just talking about how they wanted to escape, where they're going to go, they don't feel wanted in this country, and it pains me, it really does pain me, the way that this country's gone. And that's one of the hardest things to come to terms with Brexit. It really, really does upset me. And it makes me want to look at other avenues. I mean, financially and for other reasons, I don't think I can do it. But you know, the thoughts cross my mind. What about moving to Ireland? What about getting a European passport for my son? You know, it pains me that my son's not going to have all the options available to him when he grows up, and being able to freely move around in Europe and work where he wants to work, and maybe set up a business easily exporting to Europe. You know, it saddens me. So I'm thinking of ways to get out of my country, and I hate the fact that these thoughts cross my head, because I used to love this country, I really did. I mean, look at it, it's beautiful, look at these sheep. Look at the landscape, it's lovely. Look, there's a cow there, look, one big cow in a field of sheep. Oh no, two cows, okay, two cows in a field of sheep. But I love this country, and I hate the way it's going, and it's one of the things that pains me the most out of Brexit. You don't hear too many people talk about it. Of course, the major problems are economically, and those are things that we're really going to have to struggle with for a while. But I don't see how we're going to turn around. We're just falling further into a country that just swallows every bit of right-wing media that's fed to them. No one seems to think for themselves or want to research themselves. Another thing, look at that, that's a beautiful view of Eastbourne there, it's lovely. That's really nice. But yeah, you know, give me your thoughts. Anyone else feel that way in the UK? Has anyone else thought about trying to leave? You know, I've got options abroad. My wife's from the Philippines, but that's more of a sort of retirement option really. I can't really go over to the Philippines and work, it's not economically viable. But yeah, I've thought about ways of getting European passports. Has anyone else felt like that? Let me know. Take care.